Our first guest tonight is the creator and multi-voice mouth you know from one of the most popular shows in the history of TV. On Sunday night, season 20 of Family Guy premieres on Fox. Please say hello to Seth MacFarlane.
I'm good, man.
I hope it's okay that I shook your hand because I feel like now I need to start asking people before the show if it's okay that I shake their hand.
It's fine. Yeah, I think
okay.
You've been doing this how long now? After COVID?
Long enough to be
You're
totally infected. Do you want to know that?
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Okay, good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
When's the last time you did an in-person interview?
About 2.5 years ago.
Has it been that long?
You were the first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's weird, huh?
Yeah.
How do you feel? You feel okay?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Okay, good,
good. We both work for Disney, right? They're more or less,
That's
on
right.
the ball with protocols.
They are. Yes, they're way on top of the protocol. Yeah, they are very, very on top of the protocol. I mean, I actually got a COVID test as I was showering on Friday, and I'm not kidding.
That's great. Was HR there just to keep an eye on things?
There was a nurse there, yeah. Hey, we needed a swab, but I am swabbing myself now. It's a new thing that I do, yeah.
Yeah, those tests that you get.
We have a person that does
it. Oh, you do?
Yeah. Swabber, as they call them.
Like does this person live with you? Like a live-in swabber?
It seems like it. I could use a swabber now that I think about it. Like, so how are you handling it?
I'm good. I'm
on
good.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I was sorry that you didn't host the Emmys.
Caution what? Well, how it works is...
I hope everything's going all right. I hope the show's ratings are holding up. You know what? You'll always be the star on this network.
Well, you hosted the Oscars, so you know what it's like. It's like no matter what, the next year people look at you like you've done something wrong. It's well, they switch it around. It's not a permanent job.
What are you going to do, man?
Yeah, I know. I've explained it so many times, and I feel like an imbecile each time I explain it. Hopefully, this will be the end of it, though.
Yeah. I think it's.
Are people allowed to come to your house?
Yes. I have when we did the Orville, we had a pretty rigorous testing regimen in place.
Okay.
And I learned a whole lot from the medical professionals that we had to consult with on the show. And I've kind of employed as much of that knowledge as I can at home. So I do. I test people before they come to my house. It's a little
How
nuts,
do you do it? How do you test them before they come to the house?
Well, there are a lot of testing companies out there. You go, you do a drive-through, and you say, look, if you want to come over for drinks, it's until Delta has passed. Get yourself a test, then we can all relax.
What a great way to whittle down your friends.
Yeah. It's really worked well. It's really worked well. There's about 3 of them left, and we're like this.
But they're very clean. Boy, I was reading, my materials today, and it just seems it's so crazy that that this is the 20th season of Family Guy.
Thank you.
And it's like Tom Brady. You think it could just go on indefinitely, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like good plan.
Do you remember the night the show premiered? Like where you were and did you watch it on TV?
The economy was different back then. Fox flew all of its talent to the Super Bowl on a private plane.
Right.
Which will never happen again. And I was at the Super Bowl, and when I saw it, we were on the bus back to the hotel, and I watched it on one of those little Watchmans, those little Sony Watchmans, or like those little brick-shaped things.
Barely worked.
Yeah, barely worked.
Right.
And it was enough. It was it was a moment that I remember.
Yeah.
I was on the bus with all the stars of your favorite Fox shows from,
Who was
from
on
1999.
Who do you remember from that?
Oh, it was what was it? It was Mad TV, right? It was Buffy. It was 90210. It was
And you're like, here I am.
Here I am.
With Buffy and company.
I'm right here with all these folks.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be an exciting thing. And now you're PSA. Of course, you're jaded. You don't care about any of that stuff now.
Yeah. There. Every once in a while, there's a celebrity that I can't. I got to meet John Williams a couple of years ago, and it was the first time since my jaded days in Hollywood that I was like, all right, I got to tuck in my shirt. Got to make sure I'm wearing a belt.
Wow.
And I was like, my hands were shaking. I was so nervous.
It makes sense, and I could see that, especially knowing how much you love music and these big bands and this kind of stuff. But if you gave me a million guesses, I never would have gotten to John Williams.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in the presence of greatness. I can't say the
Did he know you and what you do?
I think maybe somebody had briefed him.
Okay. Somebody gave him a little heads up beforehand?
I have no idea.
The guy loves Stewie.
He doesn't. Not exactly our. Not exactly our demographic. But
you know what? I'm sure you're uncomfortable doing it, but they love it, and you can't stop. You can't ever do it enough.
No, boy, it feels so great to be out of the house. I gotta tell you.
You're talking about about the Fox network and
yes,
back then you had a wonderful relationship
Sure,
with them.
sure.
But now you've been very critical openly of your own employer because Fox Network also is a parent company of Fox News, and you're not. I guess you're not a Tucker guy. You're not a
that's why we did this Family Guy PSA about vaccination, because I looked around and I saw everyone else at Fox Corp doing their part to get good science out there and be responsible with their platforms. And looking down the barrel of that kind of peer pressure, I said, well, gosh, we got to do something too.
One of my favorite things about Fox News is how critical they are of Biden's mandate that employers make sure that their employees are vaccinated when they, in fact, at Fox News, have the same mandate.
Yeah. The show would be an hour if I were to go on.
The show is an hour, so that's fine.
Wow. Oh, great. But you got like Counting Crows or something coming out, right?
No. Lumineers, Counting Crows.
Lumineers.
Yeah, you're in the wrong month.
Oh.
Yeah, they were. They were on that plane with you back to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, so when we come back, we're going to see what you've done. You've finally done something good, Seth MacFarlane. You've finally done something for society, and it turns out it's a PSA.
Only a matter of time.
We'll take a look at that. Seth MacFarlane is with us. We'll be right back.
What Peter might ask is, what if the vaccine makes him sick?
The common side effects from the COVID vaccines are generally mild and last a few days. But do you know what can have serious long-term side effects? COVID.
Well, he also says he just figures everyone else is going to get it, so why does he have to?
Well, what he should understand is that getting the shot not only protects him, but also the people around him. But even more importantly, if the virus is allowed to spread through an unvaccinated population, it could mutate into a variant that the vaccines might not protect against. And then we're right back where we started. Gal Gadot singing Imagine. We cannot let that happen.
That is Family Guy, which returns Sunday night on Fox. That is a special PSA.
I learned how to pronounce her name by watching a clip of your show.
Oh, Gal Gadot, that's right.
I said Gal Gadot, and then I said, is that right? And I went online, and
there's a T in it.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you. You contributed to our PSA.
Don't tell Gal I contributed. I'm glad you did that, by the way. So do you go to Fox and you tell them you want to do this, and they're for it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very Sybil of them.
It is.
There's I don't quite know what the look. I mean, it's two halves of the same person. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sure that is uncomfortable for probably both sides. They probably don't love being associated with the other.
Well, I think it is. I think you see on the news side, they obviously are in, their imaginary fairyland, and then you have the entertainment side that's like, all right, we gotta exist with these people, so let's be political and let's make the best of it.
I heard you talking about PSAs, cartoons and PSAs, and this is something that I think it's from my childhood for sure. They used to do this a lot, and they don't really do it anymore.
What is it, Jimmy?
Well, I mean, what I mean, they don't like have messages. I mean, like Paw Patrol will kind of have a message about sharing, but these, you know what I mean? But
our parents' generation tried very hard to educate us.
Yeah. Although I feel like I'm older than you, so I'm part of that generation. I mean, first there was just like Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner trying to murder
shooting each other
all
sure,
the time.
Yeah.
And then we made this weird shift where like every Saturday morning there'd be like a little message at the end of the cartoon.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Bill Cosby was telling you to be safe with that.
Hey. Yeah, that's right. And even superheroes, and I understand this kind of inspired you. This particular...
The Super Friends PSAs. Are we going to watch one?
Every week they had one. And...
Did you watch the Super Friends?
I absolutely watched the Super Friends.
So did I.
Yeah, and well, here we go. This is what we used to watch.
You know, Robin, quite often people choke on a piece of food they're eating.
Right. What can you do for them?
Well, if I were choking, you'd stand behind me, wrap your arms around my waist, then make a fist with one of your hands and put it against my abdomen with your thumb against my body, slightly below my rib cage. Grab your fist and press in and upward. You might have to press and push up more than once. Try it again. It's important to get it right. Someone's life may depend on it.
I've never had anal sex. I don't want to have anal sex. I don't want my kids having anal sex.
I'm sorry, I think we may have...
Is that
those clips mixed up?
Do you think that's because? Is that because Batman's parents got shot?
You are besides the PSA, which comes out that comes out tomorrow.
It does, yes.
On Hulu and on your various social media Family Guy platforms. Besides that, you just recorded another album of duets. You kept busy during the
Yes, very, very busy.
That album is called Songs from Home, which probably because you were at home recording the songs, yes? And on top of that, you are doing, and this is particularly interesting to me because it's one of my favorite shows, you are doing a remake with Norman Lear of Good Times.
Yes.
An animated version.
Yes.
And when is that happening?
You know, that's there's no release date for that yet.
Okay.
It's very early in we're still in the writing stage.
Will you keep the theme song?
It's a good question. You know, this is one of these situations where like I'm now at the point where I'm like kind of rubber stamping stuff.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, this person is talented. You know, Carl Jones is talented. Let's give him a show.
Right.
So he was kind of the brain trust behind this. He and Norman Lear, obviously. And,
so they will make the decision as to whether the song remains.
whether was it Quincy Jones?
Good time.
No, it wasn't. No, I'm thinking of. Sorry, I haven't been out of the house in months. I've had a few drinks.
Yeah. That's Sanford and Son. Another great theme song.
Yes.
No words in that one.
Who wrote Good Times?
I should know the answer to that, but I actually don't know the answer to that one. But it's a great, but you should keep it. If I get a vote, which I know I don't, I say you keep the theme song. Will there be like cursing in it? I know it's on Netflix.
Yeah, that's the scripts that I have seen are pretty laden with colorful metaphors.
I see. Okay, very good. Would you, this is something that I was wondering and I was thinking about you as these people went into space. Would you go into space? Because I know you've got the show Orville, you had Cosmos as a show is that something that would interest you?
I probably would not actually go into space without several drinks. I like, you know, I'm a very, I'm a very anxiety-ridden person. You know, like I got to take a propranolol to get on long freeway drives. It's like,
do you really?
It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, so I think being in space, it'd be too enclosed. Do
you think having a ukulele up there would make you more or less relaxed?
It might turn me a little bit sociopathic, but it was a ukulele, right?
Yeah.
I missed it. Good?
It's a ukulele. I mean,
fine,
it doesn't matter. Even if it's good, it's not that good.
It's four strings. Yeah. What can you do?
It's like a corn dog, you know? Even when it's good, it's still a corn dog.
By the way, who has to Google cornhole?
It's not has to, it's wants to. And Well, it's great to see you. I'm glad you're out of the house. I hope this opens up all new avenues for you.
Oh, I hope so.
Family Guy, the PSA comes out tomorrow morning. Hulu and on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that Family Guy stuff. And Family Guy, the show, returns Sunday night to Fox. Seth MacFarlane, everybody. We'll be back with Brendan Hunt from Ted Lasso. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and this is the Internet. I made it myself. Hit subscribe if you like it.